I'm going up there. The primary reason I'm going up to New York is my Sunday radio show. But with the holidays and whatnot, I didn't make it up there for the Sunday show. I usually do it once a month, and this is the first time I'm going to be back doing the WABC radio show from the WABC studios in New York City on Sunday night, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern. And that's what I'm doing. And I usually like flying in for the weekend, for the Friday and Saturday, to see friends and family. I got, plenty of people up there that I like seeing, hanging out with, relatives, friends. And then I find out that Stuttering John Melendez is doing a comedy show. I know. A comedy show at Rodney's. That's the old Dangerfields on the east side of Manhattan. Comedy club. And I look and I'm like, I could go to this. I fly in the afternoon. The show's in the evening. I could go. So I talk about it, and then my good friend, retired NYPD detective, Mikey Cuffs. He goes, Poker Mike, who, if you're in the Dabbleverse circles, you know who Poker Mike is. And now Chris Baldessano's going. I hear tell Carl from Who Are These Podcasts are going. There's some representation. Anthony Zenhauser from Shuli's show, Uncle Rico. Kevin Brennan, Bob Levy, Matt Mead, of course, Gino. We're hanging out. I get to hang out, have some shots with Gino. And I think the ticket sales, since we found out there were only 16 tickets sold, they doubled. I think there's something like 35 tickets now that have been sold. The venue holds 170. We can only do so much. We can only help Stut Joe so much. And believe me, everyone going to this thing is involved in some way, shape, or form in the Dabbleverse. If you don't know what the Dabbleverse is, I'm sorry, look it up. I know. I don't usually talk about it on this show. And I never talk about it on my Sunday WABC show. That would be ridiculous. No one would know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I figure since I'm going, I'd fill people in and let them know that I'll be going there. There's a lot of people showing up. And it's for a fun night. It's just going to be a fun night of hanging out with people that are involved in this fucking Dabbleverse thing. And, a lot of events and a lot of things in the past have been based around the comedy stylings and podcasting prowess of Stuttering John. And they usually entail audio recordings, video recordings, whatever. The idea that this is a live performance, like he has to get up on stage and do an act that most of us have just made unbelievable fun of for years now. And to have all of us there live watching it is just spectacular. It turned into something I never intended. When I said I was showing up, I thought, hey, I love hanging out with Gino, grabbing some drinks, laughing, and he's going to be there. So that's why I'm showing up. And then it just, one after another, more people decided they were going to show up to this, and now it's the entire audience is some form of Dabbleverse entity. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't want any trouble. I don't want any fights, no physical altercations like that. The funniest part of, well, there's a bunch of funny parts, but one of the funny parts is that John now is he's so nervous about, and he'll say, I don't get nervous. You're nervous. He's nervous about performing in front of a bunch of people that find him moronic and not funny. That's got to be a lot of pressure for even a real stand-up comic, never mind someone who just dabbles in it. So it should be interesting to watch him get up there and try to actually perform. He could win over people. I mean, instead of, and from what he says, he's going to show up. He's not backing out of this, and he's not kicking people out, although I hear this Vince the lawyer guy is now barred from going. Whatever. But if he doesn't do those things and actually goes up on stage in front of all these fucking Dabbleverse people and just does his act, it doesn't even have to be really good, but just goes through the motions, does it. He'll get laughs at the squeegee bit. He'll get laughs at the old jokes like, you know, I was married for X amount of years, 2 good ones. He'll get laughs from those because they're classically bad John jokes that we all know. They're terrible jokes. They're 30-year-old jokes. And he'll get laughs from them. But I honestly think he could garner a little bit of, dare I use the word, respect from the people there for actually getting up on stage and doing his act. Even if people are, you know, laughing at him than with him. It would be very hard to just completely shit on him if he actually followed through, did what he was hired to do in the club when the audience is, you know, hostile. Not hostile in a physical way, but, you know, they're not simpatico with Stut Joe. So that's interesting. But then he said he's going to do things like roast the crowd. John, if I may now speak directly to you, this would be one of the worst things you could do. I want to see it. I want to see it more than fucking oxygen, more than I breathe. But do you really think you're sharp enough, that your roasting skills are good enough that you can roast an audience of comedians and podcast smartasses that have done nothing but tear you a new ass for years now? And I don't think your ammunition against anyone in the crowd is as, I don't know, strong as the ammo everyone else has to maybe answer back. See, if you're just doing your act, heckling would be something that would be in bad taste to yell stuff out. But if you're going up there to roast people, I think all bets are off. People are going to yell back in defense of themselves. They don't have to launch into some long-winded soliloquy to answer you. It could be a quick, just blurt something out. And believe me, the things that could be blurted out would be hilarious. The audience would laugh a fuckload more at the people blurting shit out than they would laugh at what you're roasting, how you're roasting people. And then the other thing I heard that I just want to address, and then we'll move on to Black Thursday, is that he wants to get up there and read my police report. Now, I don't think I've read my police report. Back in 2015, I guess it was, when I got arrested, I got in a domestic altercation with Danny Brand. I was seeing her at the time, and it did get physical. I bit her hand. I bit her on the hand after she smacked me in the face. It was, it was bullshit. It sucked, but, they decided to drag me in, and I had to go through all the legal motions. And at the end, it ended up with me getting a violation for harassment. That was it. Not even a misdemeanor. Violation. The charges are gone. And, my life returns to exactly what it was. There's no restrictions. There's no criminal record. It's what it is. So he wants to get up and start, reading my police report? First of all, I've gone through all that in the years since that happened, 10 years ago. I've gone through all of it. I went through every step of it, where I had to go to rehab down in Florida. I had to take an anger management course, all the things the courts make you do. And I, in great detail, let the listeners and viewers of my show know exactly what was going on. Is reading or bringing that up a gotcha moment? If you could find something funny, you're in a comedy club on stage. If you could find something funny about it 10 years later, then by all means, let her rip. I'm not thin-skinned or anything. You're pocky-skinned. But, but other than that, I don't know if that's the best strategy. Do it if you feel that's what you want to do. But like I said, the way you might garner some respect and make it a little easier would just be going up and doing that famous act. That famous act. If I guarantee you, if he does that and he goes, when I jerk off, the crowd's going to be like, they know it. Like when Dice goes into his nursery rhymes. Or Stephen Wright talks about locks on the doors of 7-Eleven. Jerry Seinfeld goes into his bit about the little sock closet. It would be that. When I jerk off, he'd have to stop for the applause break. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When I jerk off, I come on my stomach and I use my underwear. The squeegee bit. I guarantee that bit would be like fucking, like Shane Gillis at the comedy fucking, at the, what is it called? The mothership at Joe Rogan's club. That kind of reaction. Oh, John. So we'll be down there if you want to join us. I mean, you do have to pay to get in, but I think you're going to get a lot more entertainment than what's just being billed there. John and Gino and Keanu going up on stage. I think the entertainment value of being in there is going to be pretty fun. And I want to hang out. I want to hang out with a bunch of the people from the Dabbleverse, have some drinks, some laughs, and a good time. No fucking bullshit. I know Chad Zumock was like, yeah, Anthony says no violence or anything. Yeah, well, I go down. First of all, I don't think Chad's showing up. I think it's all a fucking bullshit story. But why would you say that you're going to go in there to, rough it up? And that everyone going is a pussy because they're not going to fight? It's not about that. It's about going there, having a good time. I think it was Zenhauser said, it's like when the five families got together in Appalachia and hash things out. Whatever. There'll be people there that I despise. There'll be people there that I am very fond of, that I enjoy and respect as entertainers, others that I think are hacky pieces of shit grifters. And we'll all be in the same room sharing beverages under the one point of focus, Stuttering John Melendez. There you go. So if you're showing up, I'll see you tomorrow evening at Rodney's in New York City. All right. Skål. All right.